Is Cardano finally about to flip the script? Fresh on-chain data points to whale accumulation, but a bearish intraday setup could still wreck many longs. Let's separate the signal from the noise in under 10 minutes. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's waste no more time. Let's go. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally stands at $3.83 trillion, up 0.45% at the time of recording, with Bitcoin BTC standing at 111,151.46, up 0.35% in the past 24 hours. But we are here to talk about Cardano ADA sitting at 82 cent 84, up 0.77% at the time of recording. What I do want to ask you all though, right, with everybody talking about September being a red month, we've heard this a lot, you know, over the last couple of weeks. Where do you sit? Are you a bull? Are you expecting a green September? Or are you a bear expecting a red September? And where do you see Cardano ADA at the month end and why? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to get a good understanding of sentiment in the market. And don't forget to hit the like button. Let's see if we can get 1,500 likes. And yeah, look, let's waste no time. Let's get into all of the headlines here. I think that there's an awful lot of things that we need to discuss, we need to talk about, and I will pin a comment with the key levels and update, you know, the price breakouts and all of that stuff. So do check out the comments. ADA price prediction: Cardano eyes 96 cent breakout after testing key support. So yeah, do you expect us to go down to around the 72 cent retest, or are you expecting us to, you know, break through that $1? Again, something I'm really interested to get your views and opinions on. ADA price prediction summary: ADA short-term target is 88 cent, testing the SMA 20 resistance. Cardano's medium-term forecast, as in 1 month, is somewhere between 78 cent and 96 cent range, with a bias towards the upper end. Key level to break for bearish, you know, continuation would be the 96 imminent resistance. Critical support if bearish is 78 cent lower Bollinger Band support. So again, just really interesting stuff, and we've got some really big news when it comes to the whale aspect of things, so stay with me because there's a lot to dig into. We've got Cardano assessing if ADA bulls can break the 94 cent barrier. If Cardano's DeFi resilience, you know, is strong enough, it could trigger a lasting market upside. At least that is what Ali Charts here is suggesting on Twitter, or X as it's known. Cardano is forming a wedge, and 3-1 long/short ratio signals a bullish setup. I'll get my words out. Also present exchange outflows, rising TVL, and increased DEX volumes strengthen the case for a potential breakout. So what is being suggested here is there's some really big opportunities. The ecosystem is growing, it's starting to flourish. There's more, you know, money coming into the ecosystem. That is what is being articulated here, right? And when that happens and you get this bullish wedge, you can get a pretty sizable move to the upside. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because crypto is very risky. Nothing is guaranteed, and you do risk losing all of your money when you invest in crypto. So best to do all of your research. Again, you know, really interesting data that we are seeing here on Binance. Long/short account data shows a clear screw towards bullish positioning. Roughly 74.65% of accounts remain long on Cardano ADA, compared to the 25.35% that are short at the present time of this article being written. So there's a lot of really good data in this article. I'm going to share this article in our free educational Discord feel free to join, link in the description of the video. And then we've got Cardano, ADA, whale activity, sentiment shifts, and the road to $3 is very much on the horizon. Cardano ADA faces a pivotal 2025 inflection point driven by whale accumulation, institutional adoption, and technical momentum. Whales actively shows 10.3% ADA supply held by large investors with 900 million plus custody value, but recent 30 million ADA offloads create short-term caution. Technical analysts highlight 84 cent as a critical resistance. Successful breakthrough could trigger 86 to 90 cents rally, while Hydra upgrades and Grayscale ETF approval, 87% chance of that actually happening by the way, offers major catalyst opportunities. Strategic entries or entry points include post ETF approval, Q4 2025, and the Cardano Summit 2025 through regulatory risk and a 0.780 support level resistance remain key uncertainties. So yeah, look, this again just full of real alpha, real data, and this is the stuff that we're looking for as investors. We got Cardano investor who cashed out 20 million at $3.10 peak, says this crypto is the reason why he won't touch ADA in 2025. Again, I wanted to highlight this because there's lots of articles where they're talking about these, meme coins. They're obviously paid for articles. I like to just bring them up occasionally to say, look, take what you read with a pinch of salt, and this is why I tell people to do their own research, because this is clearly a paid article here for a meme coin that, who knows, it could rug, it could just be a legitimate meme coin, but ultimately we want to be really, really careful with this stuff. A crypto investor cashing out 20 million at the peak of the last bull run for ADA and saying that they're never going to touch the Cardano ADA project again isn't really anything to do with this particular meme coin. It is absolute nonsense. We've got the final article that I want to cover off here, and then I'll summarize with my thoughts and opinions. Cardano's latest news: Hoskinson could experience backlash after holders prefer this viral meme coin. Again, another article for another meme coin. Charles Hoskinson is an Ethereum co-founder and the brains behind Cardano, and he isn't shy about where his loyalties lie. During a recent event, he reiterated his love for ADA and even declared the project will soon topple Ethereum. So this is something that we have seen. It is true. Charles Hoskinson has said that his expectations are that Cardano flips Ethereum, and look, there's no reason why it can't. If it can have good scaling, it can have a privacy layer where it's compliant privacy meaning you can unmask and mask it, so that people that need to see that information can see it. That brings in healthcare. It really does bring in mainstream adoption, and that is midnight. And if you haven't claimed your midnight yet, you need to get on that. Check out the Cheeky Crypto educational YouTube channel where you can obviously learn more about how to take part in that. But look, I'm going to leave it there. I think what I want people to take from this video is there's loads of really positive on-chain metrics and data that would indicate that ADA is in a very healthy position, although some of the media outlets like to inform us that that isn't the true reflection of what's going on. So look, always follow the money, always follow the data, and I think if you do that, you're going to come to a very similar conclusion that I do, that ADA is probably undervalued. But you can let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one.